What's up, everybody, and welcome to Bricks and Toys. Today we are continuing on in our August sets, trying to get these August releases built. There was a lot of them, and we are just picking them off one at a time in a very slow fashion. That way I have plenty of content to almost get me through to October, I believe, or through October. And that is working around the new releases that I do decide to buy. Anyway, everybody, we're here with the Dark Falcon. Now, if everything was in a perfect world and I still lived in Las Vegas and I never lost funding for the channel, never lost the home of the channel, and some other things, this would have been the first set I would have built for you all in August. This was one of the, no, I would say it's the second most exciting Star Wars set that we got of that month, the first being the Imperial Star Destroyer to me. But the Imperial Star Destroyer and this set are like neck and neck in individuality and what makes them so special. With the Dark Falcon, even though it's all pretend and none of it's canon, it is just a really cool set and a really cool concept with some incredible minifigures. This set is currently at $179.99 here in the US and is currently available. The theme of this set comes from a Disney Plus show that we have not received yet. At the time of its release, it was a month and a half away. At the time of this video, it's about 2 weeks away. On the 13th, we will be getting a new Lego Disney Plus show called Rebuild the Galaxy, where they kind of put their own imagination, which is what Lego does with Star Wars, into a whole new show. And that's where all of this is supposed to come into and make sense. But this set is, like I said, one of my most anticipated sets, right next to the Imperial Star Destroyer. I think it's a tough call. The Imperial Star Destroyer was announced like a month or so ahead of this. Then this came in, and we kind of forgot about the Star Destroyer because the figures in this set are so cool. We'll talk about the figures right after we go over the introduction information on the box. This is a 10 and older set. It's called the Dark Falcon, set number 75389, and it is 1,579 pieces. Going back and talking about the figures, that is what makes this set what it is. I actually have a little thing over here on the Brick Set website that discusses the already values of these figures. Now, this set has been released for a month. I believe it was immediately back ordered within the first few days of its release, and then it came around and became available, which is what it is today. So because of that little bit of an influx, I did kind of look at eBay sold prices for some of these figures, and they were double of the averages that is on Brickset at the moment. The Jedi Vader part of this set, $35 average right now, and that references to Bricklink. I checked him out on eBay, $60 was his last sale price. We go up, we have Darth Rey, another really integral figure of this set, average about $21. Same thing goes for Darth Jar Jar and Darth Dev. I'm going to guess Darth Dev is a new character. We're going to probably meet him in the TV show that's about to come out. We have Bounty Hunter C-3PO with the red eyes. He's about $16 currently. And then we have Beach Luke, which is about $15. I tell you, these figures are just off the wall. Beach Luke, where does that even come from? I guess we're going to have to watch the show to try to figure it out and see how they make sense of it. But that's what makes this set really cool, is because it's a dark Millennium Falcon and all the figures are flipped. And, it's just, it's fun, guys. It's fun. Let's take a look at this box and let's get an idea of what we can expect from the set. Since this is a 10 and older set, we of course have it in its action pose. It is important to note two things about this packaging. Nothing about this packaging says 25th anniversary, so that tells us that this is going to be sticking around for a good moment. The second thing to note is a little bit of a change of a color right here, and that's to signify the Rebuild the Galaxy show and the series of Lego sets that support the show. Other than that, it's what we would expect. We have 6 minifigures down here at the bottom, which we've already discussed with the values. Overall, it's 10 out of 10, marketing and what to expect. Let's keep going around the box. Let's see what else we can find. As usual, I like to start off at the top of any box. We have a 1-to-1 of the Jedi Vader. I keep wanting to call him White Vader because when this set was rumored, that's what they called him. They called him Dark Jar Jar and White Vader. But when the set actually came out, we got the actual names, which was Darth Jar Jar and Jedi Vader. We have some country of origin up here and some of the Disney Star Wars branding. As expected, coming over to the side, we just have a do not eat it. Nothing, of any importance. Coming over to this side, we have a angle of the ship. I just love the black and red. I think it looks so freaking cool. And then we come to the bottom, where we don't really have a lot on the bottom of the set. Just the legal eagles and the recycling information, barcode, and the Lego.com stuff that we normally get, but it seems a little bit lesser on this packaging. Again, doesn't really matter. Looking at the back of the set, it's actually kind of entertaining the way that they animated this whole thing. I was kind of chuckling at this. We have Beach Luke with his blue milk. He looks like he's being stunned by Darth Ray, or attacked is a better word. He's kind of off-put by it. I thought that was kind of funny. Then we have the Darth Rev, I think his name is. And then we have Darth Jar Jar. And they're both over here, kind of pointed towards Jedi Vader with a blue lightsaber on the ground, meaning that they just disarmed Jedi Vader and he's running for his life. I thought that was kind of funny. And then we have C-3PO, the bounty hunter version, kind of in this like hectic little wind going by him little pose. And I was like, this is kind of doing a bit much. But if they're really trying to show us what this is going to be in the show and the kind of like characters and stuff that we can expect from, I think they did a really good job on doing that. And just from looking at the back of this box, it makes me want to watch the show, where before I just wanted to collect this set because of the rarity of the figures and the uniqueness of a Dark Falcon. So I think the back of this box does a really good job on marketing for the show. Just want to point that out. We do have some functions of the set. It looks like some seating. We have a little, recreational area where we have Beach Luke with a surfboard mounted in the Falcon. I mean, that's just bizarre. Surfing in Star Wars? Cuckoo. But okay, that's what makes this fun. Looks like we have a detachable pod coming out of the top with Rey and Rev right there. And I really like how it opens up like the 2019 version does. But in the inside, there's a lot of red to go with the black. So you get that red and black aesthetic even on the inside where you don't normally see it until you open it up. So I do think that's really cool. The overall build of the set looks a little bit more greebled. I might pull out the 2019, the last play version of the Falcon that we got 5 years ago, just for a brief comparison. Because why not? Let's just see if the building techniques are stepped up a little bit better or maybe perfected. But the 2019 and this, I don't even consider them within the same realm because, well, this is for a TV show. It's a special theme where the one from 2019 follows in what I believe is the Last Jedi, the 2019 movie. It's kind of bizarre to think that this is probably going to replace that set in the lineup of take-home play Falcon. I guess if people want a normal Falcon, they're going to have to go with the mini scale Millennium Falcon, which is, I think, $70 or $80. But I guess that works. It's just the window of affordable Falcons is going down. As of time of filming this, you have the UCS Falcon, which is about $850, maybe $750 on Amazon if you get a good deal like I did last year. Besides the UCS at $850, you have the midi scale, which I have behind me, which is $70, $80. Then you have the 2019, which was, I think, $170-ish. And then you have this at $180. After this year, we're just going to have midi scale, this, and the UCS version, unless they drop a bomb and they retire the UCS and the MIDI scale, or one or the other. We never know what LEGO's going to do, everybody. Let's get a knife and cut open this set. So even though that this is a play set, there is no punch tab, just 2 pieces of tape. This is a moment I have been waiting for a very long time. What's that meme going around? I've been waiting a long time for this. Yeah, I have. I put a move and so much more in front of this, and I just wanted to save it for the beginning of September. So let's crack this bad boy open and let's take a look on the inside. We have bags. So far, I'm not getting any paper bags. So far, I'm not getting any boxes that open up like a shoe box. I'm getting all traditional style packaging. I don't know when that transition is going to happen, but I'm not concerned about it anymore. There is a lot of dead space in this box, all up here. The box probably could have been made a little bit smaller to reduce the amount of packaging needed. Let's do our pour. And there we have it. Oh, and we have one on the floor. We have a bag number 12 that made its escape. I see a bag 14 and 16. This set's kind of hefty, 1,500 pieces, people. I'm going to make an estimation right now that 16th bag is the final bag of the set. Let's go ahead and let's count them out and then lay them all in order. So I have 3 stacks of 5, 5, 10, 15. There's where I thought the buck would stop at 16, but nope, surprise. We have 17 bags total. They're all single numbered bags. So 17 is 17, and that's all you get. That's the bags. We do have an extra bag of some parts, 5 loose parts to be exact. The nose cone, which we can expect. The bottom of the nose cone, or the cockpit cone, whatever you want to call it. And it looks like we have a 6x16 little plate right there with 2 little straw thingamajigs. And then that leaves us to the book. Very classic paper envelope, 2 pieces of tape. So we just whack it, get that done. Opening it up, we pull out a pretty girthy book. Let's see if there's any stickers. There's got to be stickers. Of course there's stickers. Why wouldn't there be anything else? Let's just do a double take before I put it off to the side. Make sure there's no surprises. Sticker sheet is not that bad, everybody. We have what looks to be 14 stickers total. Number 9 is, 4 stickers by itself. Number 7 is 6 stickers by itself. Number 1 is 3 stickers by itself. So maybe 20 stickers total, 22-ish on the sheet. I call that a medium sheet. Take a look for yourself. Here we have the book. We got our QR code to get our points. Once again, we have some pretty funny illustration of Darth Jar Jar going against Jedi Vader. I guess those two may have a thing going in the TV show. So let's go to the back of the book and let's see what we can see about the size of the set. Once again, in the back of the book, it shows us Darth Jar Jar and Jedi Vader having beef. Then it also does show us how the cone comes off and shows Darth Jar Jar flying the Falcon. Then we have steps to do the play functions of the Falcon to open up the side door. And then it shows us how to use the shooters, but then it gives us our number. And our number is going to be 542 steps and 322 pages. So this is a pretty good size build, especially for what I've been doing lately on the channel. It does advertise the 25th anniversary inside of the book, but nothing less. And it goes straight into bag number 1 for the build. So that does it for that part of the video. Up next, well, it's the review. You guys are lucky. That only takes a second, which is a transition. For me, I got a few days, and I think I'm going to really enjoy this one. So we'll see you right here. So let's kick off this review process by checking out these minifigures. Right here we have the Beach Luke. We have printing on his front torso and front legs. Printing on the back torso. He does have some nice long blonde hair. He does have some cool sunglasses printed on with his front expression. Coming in here, pulling off his hair. We do have no glasses and a secondary printed expression on the back of the head. He is holding the blue milk carton. I would have liked to see something printed on this to kind of dignify what it is. Other than that, it's just a 1x1 block with a white cheese slope. Not a bad minifigure at all. It's kind of fun. Now, one of the more exciting ones is going to be the Jedi Vader. He does have a blue lightsaber. He has printing on the front torso, front legs. Both of his arms have printing. Coming around, we see a nice white cape with some back torso printing. Turning him around, he is in all white. Kind of makes it hard for the camera to look at him. Pulling off his helmet, we can see his expression right there. He does not have any back head printing at all. Everything's pretty much the same when it comes to the helmet design, just in white. Another fun concept is Bounty Hunter C-3PO. We have print on the front torso, front legs, back torso. Also on each arm has some sort of print. He does have printed red eyes because he's Bounty Hunter C-3PO. This minifigure is kind of fun. Up next is a minifigure that we don't know yet. Maybe this will be a guy that we like, maybe he won't. He's Darth Dev. He has front torso printing and front leg printing. Looks like he has some printing on each arm, or at least one of the arms. He has a black cape, back torso printing, red lightsaber, taking off his hairpiece. He does have that face, and he does have another secondary face right there. Not a bad minifigure, kind of like the design. Be interesting to watch him in the show. Now, we all know this is what you came for right here. This is why you buy the set, and that is the Darth Jar Jar. We take a look at that head print. Oh, wow. That is a nice head mold, head print, everything. He does have a double-ended lightsaber that is red. He does have front torso printing, no printing on the shoulders or the legs. And he does have back torso printing, if you can take off his head. There's that back torso printing, covered up by the back of his head. Really cool head element here, people. With his head back on, we can get one more look at him. This is just a really awesome figure. Now, last and maybe least is the Darth Ray. We have a smaller little black cape. Underneath, we do have some back torso printing, no printing on the arms. We do have some front torso printing, no leg printing. She is holding a binoculars element with two blades on that lightsaber. Not quite sure how effective that would be as a weapon. She does have the Sith eyes in yellow, with a secondary face with Sith eyes still. Her head is covered up with just that little part of her hood. Not a bad figure, but, not my favorite. Now, here we have the Falcon in itself. Let's just take a brief look around and see if we see anything that's really unique. I like the greebling on the front fork there. I love the red little windshield element for the Falcon. All of the black and the dark gray. The greebling is done really nice. One really cool thing is when you take a look at its backside, that red on the thruster is just awesome. Coming around, more greebling. Coming over here, same of the same right here. There is some kind of extreme gappage right there that I don't think that they could have prevented, but there is a lot of gappage right here. Taking a look at the cockpit comes off in one solid piece, just like that. And there you have where you could put, it looks like a minifigure here and a minifigure right there. The cockpit comes back on, very simple, right like that. Now to get the front open, we do have to lift the top, but before we do that, let's just point out our sticker elements. We have 6 right here in the back. We have 3 more right here. And then we have another one and another one right there. So plenty of stickers. Instead of having a normal satellite dish or whatever, radio antenna dish, this is kind of more of the theme of what the Death Star does with the death beam or whatever you want to call it. And we do have 3 more stickers right up here I've just remembered. Overall, the greebling is really nice. Let's open it up. This is one panel we open. This is another. Then we have another right here with another right there. One more after this one, and there we go. And now we're looking at it all opened up. There's lots of playroom inside of the unit for lots of play. We do have more of these blue 1x1 cylinders that Jar Jar is holding coming around the front of the ship. We have 2 beds right here. We have an extra laser beam stored right there. We also have a little cockpit control panel with a removable chair that comes out with a little bit of finagling. Maybe go out from that way, just like that. So that is a good playable feature. Coming around to the back, we can get a look at what looks to be maybe Luke's gaming area. He does seem to be a little bit of the chill on this one. And he does have a surfboard propped up somewhere in there. I'm not sure if I can get you guys to see it. We're trying a new camera angle out here, everybody. Let's hope for the best. So that is the inside of the ship. Nothing too special to look at. Opening this up, we do have this little thing that comes out. Again, holds 2 minifigures. Not quite sure what that is all about. We're probably going to learn all about what these little Easter eggs are inside of the ship once we watch the TV show that comes out in almost 2 weeks. Well, less than 2 weeks, about 10 days now. I'm not quite sure what this red room here is going to be in the back, but you can open that up and put a minifigure in there. I think that's where Jedi Vader is supposed to be. So that is the ship. Let's close it all back up. You kind of got to move things around with your fingers to lock it in. Going to the bottom of the Falcon, bunch of negative studs. We do have what looks to be another shooter right down there. We have 4 feet holding it up. You know, what we would come to expect. Now let's pull out the 2019 Falcon, and let's not fully compare them. Let's just put them side by side and get a sense of anything that's drastically different in the engineering. First glance, these are very, very, very similar. Similar on greebling, similar on techniques, just very similar. We have a row of stickers here, where we have some slopage here, but over here we have stickers on both sides. The front nose cones both detach the same way, and they both feature a staggered sitting pattern for 2 minifigures in the cockpit. They both have the greebling that matches up here to here, all the way over here to here. This stud is inverted on that one. Even the greebling over here in the back is the same, as well as stickers on the cannon and stickers on the little hatch top right there, all using the same type of components as different colors. It is a little bit different up here in the front with the greebling, but not by much. Instead of having a rod over here, we have a paintbrush roller. We also have some ingot tiles instead of just the flat 1x2 tiles. Of course, the radar dishes are going to be different, but they both have the same little greebling piece, you know, the little arm holding them together. We don't have a piece of greebling right here in the back, but we do have the same triangular bricks right here, as well as the paintbrush rollers over here. Instead of having little discs that have the stickers on them, these are now plates with the stickers on them. I think this design looks a little bit more cleaner, but maybe we didn't have those parts when they did this. Looking at the back, the backs are almost the same, just different colors. And I do think that they upgraded the greebling a little bit on these. Now looking at the sides, I would say the design is almost the same, just minus the radiator grills in the center of the ship. The fronts are very, very similar, using the same little quarter 1x2 round bricks and the same technique to pop off the shooters. We do have some ingots up here at the top, and we have 1x2 clear with radiator grills, where up here we just have the 1x1 red studs. So they are very similar. I think we open up these the same, yeah, using that technique, and then we have to open them up. Now it is interesting to note that the technique used to open this one up versus this one up on that piece alone is very similar. It is worth noting that they did find a way to lock this in to be more sturdy, where here it still does the same thing. Oh, it's a whole nother building technique that they use to make sure it stays at the right pitch. Opening up the rest of it, we can see on the Dark Falcon, we have chairs and a throne with a control panel. We don't have a throne with a control panel, we just have chairs and chairs. This is more traditional, obvious. Here in the back, we have our beds in the back of this one instead of in the front. So when you look at these, you can see that they switch these two areas around. So this is the gaming area, where this is the gaming area, sleeping, then sleeping. They flipped them. There's both some type of weird little area, like I know what this is for in this one, but I'm not quite sure about this one. There is both containers right here. There looks to be a little kitchenette over here, where over here we don't have that. There is nothing in the back over here, where here we have the little area where Vader's supposed to stay. Now, one big thing to note is they did find a way to lock in the flaps on these. The building techniques look pretty much the same, just different colored bricks. But on the Dark Falcon, it now locks in, and then you put a locking pin straight through two of these 1x1 connection points, where here these just fall in and they clip directly in. So, you know what? They're very, very similar, but different in color and updated techniques. So there's not much more to say about these guys. It's pretty cool on how close they are, but yet so far away. Let's come out and let's wrap up this video. Bringing this video to a close, I have to say, from my point of view, this is actually pretty cool. Like I said right before I ended that last clip, they're 5 years apart, yet they just copy, paste it with the different color of bricks, and then they improved upon that. This new Falcon is the example of, if we were to take one of these older sets off the shelf and try to simplify it and make it better with newer parts. That's exactly what this Falcon is. And it's so cool to see that done here. I don't know if you guys have ever done it, but I know I've done it. I've built older sets, and I've just thought to myself while building it, like, man, there's a part for this. You search, oh, that part came out 2 years after the set was made. And you think, well, I wonder what it would be like if I could redo an entire set, how much it would shrink down in piece count, or how much bigger it could get, or how much stronger. I know it's just a really weird thing to think of, but it's the reality of Lego and how it's always changing. And looking at this right here is just a testament to that. Just talking to you guys about that, I noticed one more detail. It just keeps coming and coming and coming. On this Falcon, they had a big gap right here. On this one, they remedied it by putting an extra triangular plate. Now, let's take the distraction off to the side and just focus on this one alone. Isn't this just the most coolest thing ever? I like reality Lego. I've said it before on the channel. And when I do fantasy themed Star Wars, Harry Potter, that kind of a thing, I want it to be as realistic to the fantasy theme as possible. I usually do not like to stray out of the reality of it. I tell you, sometimes some things are just too cool not to mess with. I honestly think the gateway to be messing with all of this are the little Lego shorts on Disney Plus, of where they make fun of Darth Vader and Palpatine on the beach and all of that. Plus the advent calendars with the sweaters on R2-D2 and C-3PO. I think this year we're getting Luke and Leia with a Christmas sweater. It's kind of fun to see the characters out of character. And this show is definitely going to do that from what I'm seeing here alone. I mean, we got a gaming console in the Millennium Falcon. Isn't this supposed to be a galaxy far, far away with a whole nother realm of tech? It's just funny how like Lego just reels it in, pulls it out, reels it in, and pulls it out. Out of all of this, just the most rando is the beach Luke and the surfboard in the unit. Luke in this set is just coming off like he's just hanging out, man. You know, he's got the gaming, he's got the surf. Is there even a place to surf in space? Well, you know, we're going to have to watch the show in 9 days from the time of this video coming out. Overall, guys, the set's a lot of fun. The minifigures are really fun. People are going to say what they want to say about the price of the set. But you know what? If you're stuck at home and you don't got much of a life to go outside, this does not look too bad to take you away and have some good imagination, which is what the set is made to do, is unleash the imagination. I think 180 is You know, it's not too much different than this one over here, and they've been selling this one for 5 years. Now, I would say I really hope that this set don't sell for 5 years to replace this set, because I really think this set is super special, and maybe it should have a 2-year run and not a 5-year like the one before it. And again, it's not a perfect replication of a Millennium Falcon, so thus LEGO shouldn't carry the sales as long as they do on this one. And of course, the longer this set's made, the more copies get released, and the more watered down the figures become for us collectors. Hopefully, this one doesn't run as long as this one. I do know it is going to replace this one this year, very likely, because 2019, it's got to go. I mean, we're not even talking about the Rise of Skywalker anymore. Again, did we ever, after we seen the movie and went like, yeah, they screwed that up again. But who knows, everybody. That's all I got to say. It's a cool set. If you haven't done it, do it. It's great for the imagination, whether you're a kid or you're an adult my age. This set really made my life really fun for a little bit of time during such a stressful period of trying just to figure things out, because things are really rocky right now, and you know, it's not bad. It could be worse. We're just trying to get our ducks in a row in a new city. This set really helped me kind of think it through, strategize, and have some fun while doing it. So with that, if you guys want to support the LEGO channel, there's 2 ways to do so. Right below your screen, there's a thank you button. When you guys hit that, you guys can leave a small donation. Equally as important, just hitting that subscribe button and following along with everything that we do here would be incredible, and I would super appreciate it. As usual, share the video with your friends and like the video. And most importantly, drop your comments down below. I'd love to hear everything you guys have to say. Do you guys like this set? Do you like the concept? Do you have any beef with it? Drop it all down below. I'd love to talk with you guys and get your opinions. On that, thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a good one.